You're listening to littlepodcast.com.
Face of intact Tomcat.
Hey, Mom. Yeah, I'm off to see Gran now.
I'm a book that should be judged by its cover.
Are you ready to hear the worst thing ever?
Do you have to be Jewish to go on J-Date? That's the good shit. Siberia is like the Canada of Russia. Welcome to Born in the 80s, episode 327. I'm your host, John Dangero, joined by my co-hosts,
Matt Danger Hag and his co-host.
The TJ May.
I've demoted you to my co-host.
That's fine.
No, he's assistant to the co-host.
Assistant to the host.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So, how's the working life treating you now?
It's good. I just finished my third week of training, of 6 weeks of training, and now I'll be moving out of the production room where we sort all the stuff and actually do the stuff that my job will entail, which is front end stuff, which is real retail, which is talking to people. I liked not talking to real people.
Yeah, I like not talking to people too. It's pretty great.
Yeah. 6 weeks of training is a lot of training.
Yeah.
That's like a massive
right?
amount of training.
It's all paid training?
Yeah, it's all paid training.
Okay.
If anyone's willing to pay me to not talk to people, you can email us at bitecast@gmail.com and send me your job posts. I will promptly apply once I get access to that email.
Now, wouldn't working at a casino be talking to people, though?
Yeah, but you put on a face.
Yeah, that's more like a
much
performance
different than a retail face.
Than,
yeah,
like
that's true.
Customer service.
It's more like chatting.
Yeah. As opposed to, you didn't price this right. These socks are supposed to be $2.99 and they're half off today. No.
To which I say to you,
go away.
Go fuck yourself.
Go away.
Hey, John,
please.
What size do you use for a podcast cover image? Just, for no reason.
What? Let's put that behind my head here.
Go Brewers towel.
I forgot I had this. I was going to take it into work. Put it up in my cube. Sorry. What image size? None. There's no specified image size.
All right.
Square.
Except for the last one wasn't square.
I'm gonna go with 1,000 by 1,000.
Did you see the last one?
Yes. Yes, I did.
I'm going with a good theme on that one. Of course, Matt hasn't been on Discord to get the free game that I sent him, but
When did you send me a free game?
Last 2 nights ago, maybe.
TJ, when you were training, did they have you listen to any sweet 90s rap music video training videos?
No, I didn't get that. But I did watch a lot of training videos that I was like, my brain was shutting off and I was falling asleep in the training room. It was great. Except for it wasn't great because I felt worse after
Here's
listening
a
to it.
situation you might come across. Excuse me,
Yeah.
sir. I have a return. Can I make this return?
Don't sexually harass your coworkers.
Yeah, you're not a judge.
What, is he trying to be on the Supreme Court? I don't think so.
I'm not a judge, nor is my friend named Judge.
Hey-oh.
Yeah.
Man, we're really good at topical humor.
Topical.
Is it bad that I kept confusing his friend with the creator of King of the Hill?
Mike
Yes.
Judge? Yeah.
And ironically, the creator of Idiocracy, which we're now living in.
And the creator of Silicon Valley.
I should check on my Keymail, or I haven't been there in a while. See if anyone's approved my
No
stuff.
one's going to send you a key. You're not even streaming.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
you
tired.
slacker.
Yes,
What do you got, a job or something?
Yeah, what the fuck
Jesus.
is wrong with you? God damn it. Guys, can we talk about a movie I just finished watching tonight?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
a nice cover image, John. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, thank you. But I gave you a free game. We could talk about that.
About the free game that you gave me?
Well, no, but about the fact that if you want a free game, you can go on our Discord. And then in the Bytecast discussion, what is it called? Discord room. It's got a hashtag next to it. TJ, you're the expert.
Which one? Bytecast discuss. Yeah.
Yeah. If you go in there,
discussion.
I'm gonna post a link to a game code, and if you want to get it, you can get it first come first serve. And if you don't get it, then I'm sure one of my co-hosts will take it.
Oh, John sent me an Overwatch.
Yeah, I did. Because I got a key for Overwatch that I sent
Don't
to
tell
Matt.
me about future Humble Bundle promotions.
Don't do that. Don't tell him how I got
Your
it
gift
either,
has
because I want to
been
sound like a big shot. You
Redeemed.
got it for free.
Yeah, you got it from Joe Twitch and
That's right.
Jethro Blizzard.
Mm-hmm.
There was a meeting.
Oh shit! I actually have a list of games that I was going to give away. So, let me. I'm going to bring it up specifically the one that I was going to now, and that would be this week. You can get the game, and by week I mean not. I'm going to do this every week because I don't want to go through every single game code that I have lying around. But this generic time period that is not a month, but maybe will be monthly. So for October, you can pick up the game Stardew Valley for the PC for free on our Discord channel. I have a code in the Bytecast discussion thread.
And if you don't take it, I will.
Yeah, Matt has until the end of the month. If it's November, Matt will take the game.
I'll give them a head start.
It's a Steam
and
code.
by that I mean I'll not redeem it right now, and then I'll immediately forget about it.
Exactly, because it's on that.
I have a Stardew Valley code in my
What?
somewhere
Matt, can
in a
you
humble thing a while
explain?
ago.
Can you explain what the cover image you sent is?
That's from okay. So TJ had a medical question before we started recording about what spaying is, and I looked up the Wikipedia page, and one of the pictures is just a cat's face, and the caption is "Face of intact Tomcat," and he looks very confused and dumb.
So what is an intact? So
that means he's got balls.
Yeah. So I think what the thing is that. So one thing that is really interesting about spaying and neutering is it does change like cats' physiology a little bit.
Like the muzzle gets square.
Yes, so with male cats, if they're uncut, basically, if they still have their
if they're uncircumcised.
If they're uncircumcised, yeah, you get in there, get a bris for your cat. No, tomcats will generally have really wide cheekbones. A lot of times people say they have like chubby or fat cheeks. It's because they get a bigger head. Basically, it's more wide and strong for fighting. And they get a thicker neck as well. So
yeah,
they just grow a little beefier, and it's
they
because
have a
of
barbed penis.
And it's the interesting thing about it. So this is, I guess, going to get into the John Science corner because I can talk about spaying and neutering.
Yes, science.
We can call this the spaying hour. Of this episode, we're talking about
the Ace of Spays.
Oh, the Ace of Spays. Thank you. That's the worst reality show ever. It's like Ace of Cakes, but it's all dog surgery.
Yeah, it's like a bunch of veterinarians.
Yeah, seeing who can do the best spaying.
All right, this one's going to be a time challenge.
But of course, spaying refers to female animals, and neutering refers to.
But does
animals. I don't know. As far as I know, it does.
Oh, well, you haven't read Wikipedia.
Oh God.
Because.
Okay.
Neutering.
Okay.
Is a gender neutral term, and is often used incorrectly to only refer to male animals.
Okay. But also, when you look up neutering, it says go to females spaying, because traditionally, when you talk about when you talk about neutering, you're talking about males because technically male would be the term castration, which people don't like.
Yeah.
Because it is...
And spaying would be ovohysterectomy.
Yeah, which is way too complicated. No, so the way that it works with females is that... So TJ asked a question about kind of what the deal is. So literally what they do... Oh, wow, that is a full-on uterus of a dog.
Yep.
That is on Wikipedia. So,
sure is. No, that's
anyway.
a feline uterus.
Oh, it's a feline uterus.
Yeah.
It's very small. So what it is literally it's a hysterectomy, ovohysterectomy. So they remove the ovaries and the uterus. In humans, it's called a hysteroophorectomy. Whatever. But anyway, they do that as a way to make it so they can't get pregnant. But it also, TJ was asking things about whether or not dogs can get in heat and that. And spaying in female dogs removes the production of progesterone, which is like a
hormone.
It is a hormone. That one's a natural calming hormone and serotonin uplifter. So spaying may therefore escalate any observable aggressive behavior, either to humans or other dogs.
That's funny because like neutering a male animal usually reduces aggressive behavior.
Correct, yes. But in female dogs, they're generally not very aggressive to begin with. So, like my dog is basically not aggressive in any way. But no, the idea is that it is also healthier for them because they don't have to worry about various cancers of the uterus and whatnot. Then you don't have to worry about if they get out.
Yeah.
If they get pregnant,
Plus, if you like tip your vet extra, they'll sew a little liner in there and put a zipper on it, and you can store stuff in it.
Exactly. You just get like a little pouch, a little dog pouch.
Because otherwise, it's just like wasted space.
Correct. And then the other option, of course, is males, and that's neutering, often referred to, but it's castration, where they just remove the testicles, and that is also because. The other way, like the idea is that an interesting thing is that hormones change our bodies. Mm-hmm. Like as cats grow, the hormones change the physiology of their face and neck. In dogs, it can change their physiology. It's just kind of a really interesting thing, the way that it's not just like our DNA imprint. But other things that can change about us that will change the way that we are.
And it's crazy. One of my cats has like a super high voice, and I think that's because he got neutered earlier. Yeah. And so
that's just, part of it because
permanently
testosterone
sort of a kitten.
Yeah, they make. Yeah, and then that can happen a lot with dogs if you neuter them too early or spay them too early or too late. They can change their behavior. With male dogs, the jury is still kind of out about the exact perfect time in which to, do the spaying. But the spaying of females is easy. It's just before the first heat. It's when you want to do it.
That's when I always do it.
Yeah, because they get to be 7 months is when they start having their first heat, and so you want to do that so they don't have to go through their period, which is what that is, and it's not fun if you have a female dog because there's blood and they get to wear a diaper.
Yeah, you never think about that, like people that have intact female dogs have to deal with that.
Yeah.
Like breeders.
It's the same thing. Like they have to regenerate their uterine lining, so so I'm looking forward to having that never happen, so that's good. So Judy, our beloved dog, got her spayed on Thursday. And I will say it was really hilarious seeing her drugged up, because she was very sad, which is the very opposite of what she is all the time, and very mellow. She's a puppy. And so she's just kind of basically it was hilarious because she got home and she laid on the ground and whimpered for hours, acting like she was dying. And I was just like, Judy, get the fuck up. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna feel $100 tomorrow. Like, and it was just funny because she just sat there whining, you know, with her head in my wife's lap, you know, just like sad. And I was just like, oh my god, so dramatic. She wouldn't eat or drink. And it was just like, all right, but she would eat treats. So,
Yeah.
she's hungry for something.
And chocolate ice cream.
Somehow it turns out that,
I usually have chocolate ice cream after surgery.
yeah, I don't know if I'd do that if you were a dog. Although chocolate ice cream would probably be okay for a dog because how much cocoa content is there in chocolate ice
Get
cream?
that Zanzibar chocolate from Chocolate Shop.
Well, I probably wouldn't do that one. That actually is dark chocolate. in it.
Yeah.
But the
Delicious murder.
but the next day, you know, she's still sad and moping around and she'd just sit in her bed whining, and I'd yell, "Judy," and she'd stop and look at me, and I'd be like, "Stop! You're not going to feel
So
better if
she's
you just whine."
laying there whining to herself.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
man,
Well, and
that's
it's
the
like-
saddest thing ever.
I know, and it's like, but then it would just be like, just come over here and sit on the couch next to me, and she'd sit on the couch next to me, and I'd pet her, and she'd be fine. And it's just like, what? Just why? I'm not coming over there. You can walk 5 feet across the room onto the couch, like, yeah. So I don't know. I think the hardest part is that you're supposed to keep them from moving around a lot and jumping, and you know, if you've been around a puppy, that's
It's
very
do
difficult.
They do that? Do puppies move?
a lot. And
Oh.
she has, since the next day, gobbled tons of food up, chugged a ton of water, and then got super amped and's like running around all the time. We have to yell at her to slow down or put her in her kennel because she's not supposed to move. So they gave us the dog cone, the cone of shame, as I like to call it. And I was kind of worried about it because she likes to lick her lady area after she pees. And she likes to lick her legs a lot too, so I was worried she was going to lick at her wound. And they're like, I don't think she can reach it. And I was like, I don't know, she might be able to reach it. So they gave us a cone anyway. But they were like, you don't need to give her a cone. She'll be fine. You know, and I was like reading online, because this is the thing you learn about when you have a dog, because it's one step above cats. This is like everyone's like, it's like parenting. Everyone has an opinion on the correct way to do everything. You know, and they're just like, oh, you gotta do this, you gotta do this. You know, you can't let them leave the room. They gotta like, you know, like all this stuff. And it's like, I guess, I'm like I don't know, that doesn't seem feasible for me to stay with the dog for the next 48 hours. Because, you know, I'm a human being who has
Have you
a
tried
life.
just like taping her to a wall?
Exactly. No, that's called a crate. You can put her in the kennel.
Oh, right.
But, you know, she could still lick herself in there. But she doesn't seem to be licking at it too much. Like, we'll just tell no when she, like, is trying to reach for it. I think it's very difficult for her to reach because it's kind of where her belly button is. Can you guys try and lick your belly button right now?
I don't do
pretty
that
hard.
on camera anymore.
Ah, okay. But she can kind of reach it, but she has to be, like, basically, like, in a really weird position, like, with her, like, back bent super hard. So I don't think she's going to get at it too much. We may have to give her the cone. We tried putting the cone on her before we put her in the kennel the first night, and boy, that didn't go well. She freaked out and raced into the kennel and hit the side with the cone and fell over. And I was like, all right, maybe you should wait on this. And she just sat in there with the cone staring with her sad eyes. And I was just like, oh my God. Because she already looks kind of sad. Got kind of hound features, so...
Yeah, it's
it
almost
looks
like
very-
she
she's
has
got that-
puppy dog eyes.
Yeah, she's got those sad puppy dog eyes. I was like, all right, fine, we'll take it off. And we just waited for her to lay down. And I was like, all right. And we went upstairs to go to bed. And I was just like, ugh, so dramatic, Judy. But I don't know. She seems to be fine. Now she's basically acting the same as she's always acted. And so, and her little incision looks good. The one on Wikipedia is a lot bigger than the one on my dog. She literally, her incision is like 1 inch. Like, it's a really tiny cut. So I was like, whoever our vet is awesome.
Yeah,
Like,
maybe your
really
dog
great.
just has a really tiny uterus.
Yeah. But getting a dog spay is expensive. A lot more expensive than the cat spay was. Although we got our cat spayed by the Humane Society, so that was
Yeah,
pretty cheap.
same.
Well, because they do it for a cheap donation, and then they have like the vet school people do it. So I was like, this is really helping out everyone by doing that. But you kind of have to schedule it weird, and I was just like, we'll just go to our vet because we like our vet, and the vet's literally like 3 blocks from our house, so it's very convenient. Yep. So, but yeah, it was like $400. But
Did
I
you
guess you
know-
only have to do it once.
And I found this
So-
through the neutering Wikipedia.
We got her
page.
microchip too while she was under.
There's a Wikipedia page defining sexual intercourse.
Ah.
And it is very, very long.
Oh, have you?
There are
Yes.
so many classical paintings of bones.
Yes. Wikipedia has. What's that Wikipedia game?
Wikipedia rabbit
Are you,
hole.
are you talking? Are you talking about the one where you click the first
Wikipedia.
link within a?
No. Okay. So there is a game called. Maybe we should do a stream of this at some point. That'd be kind of fun. But there's
down.
but there's a thing called the wikigame.com, and it actually is like plugin built into like Wikipedia, and you play and create an account, log in, play, and then you'll get like a start and goal, and then you have to get there in as few clicks as possible and as fast as possible, and you get points. And then once you get it once, then you get points for trying to find another connection. So the idea is you start from like Star Trek and get to like the Panama Canal.
Okay.
And you have to like
And it's
click
gotta be
through
click
links to get there, and you get more points for the shortest amount of hops and the speed that you found it, and then each time you find a new one, you get more points, and then a round's like 5 minutes, and it sounds really fun. Anyway, yeah, I saw someone playing this before. I've played the game not like in a gamified way of this. Like Adam and I used to play this when we lived together, but the fact that you can do it on the wikigame.com, pretty neat thing. I'm gonna put that in the old Bytecast Discord. Oh yeah, and sorry, me talking about the video game thing is, if you go to bornintheeighties.net, there's a link to the Discord on the left hand side where you can join our Discord.
Okay,
and
is it cheating
chat.
to use Control F?
Probably not. But also, it's kind of like you're kind of
The
guessing
link
at
has
what
to
you're
be
looking
there.
for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, every article on Wikipedia, if you click the first legitimate link after the name of the article, and you do that with every subsequent article, you'll always get to the article for philosophy in 7 articles or less.
Oh, this is an easy one. Start history of Scotland. Goal crime.
Oh, burn!
Burn Scotland.
Take that, Scotland. Anyway, so having a dog getting spayed is not fun. It's so much different than having a cat get spayed. Like, because like being a cat owner forever and now being a dog owner, it's very different. Like, because the cats just seem to be like, meh, I'm fine. Like it did, like no difference. Whereas the dog, basically, it was like she had been murdered, and she was, or she was on her deathbed. And she's very, very dramatic. But now she's like doesn't even notice that she's been cut up, because and then her cut looks a lot better now. I don't know. So that's my life.
Cut your dog into pieces.
2 pieces. That is my last resort. Yep. Thank you. Matt, can you talk about the link that you sent? I put it in the doc for you.
Oh, the one that I sent on Discord?
Yeah. 'Cause
Yeah.
I have heard of that before, but it's really kind of cool thing.
So I was watching a YouTube video on vaporwave music, and within the description was this link to a catalog of somebody's collection of a shitload of Kmart cassette tapes, and these are like the announcements and music that would play over the PA system, and they're all from like the late 80s, early 90s. And they're pretty ridiculous and cheesy and fun. And you could just listen to this and forget about the world, and you can be living in 1992. The glory days. Bill Clinton was president. He was going jogging and eating cheeseburgers. It was the golden age of Saturday Night Live.
Yep.
Grunge was just about to happen. Put yourself in this mind place. It's less dangerous.
Yeah, so I guess the interesting reasoning why this exists is that like Kmart would put out, and they're like physical cassettes.
Yeah.
That were like, okay, play this on your store on these dates. here's the cassette for now for the season, and it would just play like, and it's like awesome like soft music, and then like, remember this, Halloween's coming up, so check out the Halloween aisle decorations. Like, it's so cool though that they have like these, like, it's kind of really fun to listen to, because like they like, so you think about like this company put out tapes, you know what I mean? Like, there wasn't a like digital way to send this out or anything back in the day, in the 90s. It was like actually mail a cassette yeah, to do this. So
yeah, and this is just all uploaded, so that it's on archive.org, and just search for Attention Kmart Shoppers. It's uploaded by Mark Davis, who worked for Kmart behind the service desk in the late 80s and early 90s.
Yeah.
And you can chop them up and make sweet vaporwave tracks with it.
Hell yeah. Attention Kmart.
Yeah.
Shoppers.
Arizona iced tea. Japanese Pepsi. Yeah. Vaporwave. Classical Greek statues. Neon pink and blue.
Yep. Thanks.
John, what's your favorite Kmart memory?
My favorite Kmart memory?
Yeah.
Do you remember when Kmart had like restaurants in it?
No.
Did you ever have a Kmart with a restaurant in it?
I don't think I ever did.
My Kmart had Little Caesars in it until like a year and a half ago.
Oh, wait, you still have a Kmart?
Yeah, Kmart's doing better than Sears.
Well,
They're the
yeah.
same company now.
Yeah.
Sears is bankrupt, right? Did they close all their stores? At least the one near me was doing like we're selling all the fixtures type sale.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's always a good sale. Tend to not be many sales after that one, though.
Yeah. Like, man, I really want shelving units from Sears.
It's really interesting, like, to think about, though, that you can buy it. Like, when, like, Blockbuster was having those, like, closeouts, it was like, you can get a sick-ass, like, Blockbuster movie rack display shelf.
Well, they
like,
just have a company come in, and it's like Storage Wars. Well, they'll buy the whole thing. And then
and they'll take, like, stuff that they can interchange and, like, resell to other companies. But, like, the stuff that's, like, Blockbuster branded, they're like, well, we got to sell all this because no one will use this. And if we don't sell it,
like,
we just
man,
dumpster
we got to
it.
sell this to a prop house so that they can use it in the
right?
Marvel movie.
Yeah, we got to sell this to a bunch of hipster douchebags that go around and buy like dumb garbage to put in their apartments.
I bet that does factor into it, though. If they're like, man, there's going to be a period piece in like 20 years that's going to need this to establish a time frame.
Oh yeah, I mean there are like whole companies that like probably, and honestly, they probably don't do any of that. They probably, I would assume that, because there's companies that buy like antique props for movies and stuff that I'm sure like probably reach out to like Blockbusters and are like, hey, do you have any of this kind of stuff that we can buy off of you that you're closing, like, or whatever the company is, you know what I mean? Like, because like there's whole companies that like have the antique cars, that you used in movies and stuff.
When we had the Public Enemy movie filming around here, which was not very good.
It was okay.
It was fine.
It's kind of forgettable, though.
Yeah, and I guess the director was going through an I don't want to use artificial lighting phase, so the whole thing was kind of like dim and poorly lit.
Yeah, I do remember that.
But they just put out a call to like classic car clubs, and were like, if you have a car from the appropriate period, you can come down and have it be in our movie, and that's all the payment you need, right?
Yeah, it's always interesting when it's just like, no, actually, like, it is kind of lame though when like it always bothers me like when because like Twitter will be like, hey, do a survey for us. I'm like, no, give me fucking money. Like, I'm not going to do your work for you.
$2, like the Nielsen thing.
Yeah, exactly. Or like with Google Ad Rewards with Google Play, if you have an Android phone, like you'll get surveys every once in a while, and then they'll just give you like, oh, here's 20 cents to use on the Google Play Store for like on apps and stuff. So, I've probably made like $20 over the past like 5 years.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, and I just spend them on dumb apps that I don't want to pay for. So.
You can convert that time into Google Play money, and then convert that into gems.
Yep.
And then convert that into power-ups.
Yep. Oh, guys, the world's over.
Why? Has something happened?
Nothing's happened.
Oh.
But you know what has happened? On Reddit. Something that has happened for real. I don't even know if you have a musical sting for this.
How about this?
Or if like music. Oh my god, what happened at the end of that? It was like an explosion. Oh wow. Alright, well, let's talk about this. This is on Reddit r/that happened. So this is a true story that did actually happen. It has 109 likes on Facebook, so you know it is true. This person describes themselves as a business owner and believer in the power of meeting people. So
okay, so they're really annoying.
Yep.
This header looks like it's from LinkedIn.
Oh, LinkedIn. I think you're right. On a train, as I usually am, heavily tattooed guy up his neck, wearing strangely fingerless gloves. I don't know if that's that fingers. It's not strange.
No.
If you're heavily tattooed in a biker gang look, as he's described. Next to him was the only spare seat. People were standing up to avoid sitting there. I sat down. He nodded at me. Then his phone rang. I felt everyone tense up. Was this call instructing him to go berserk? Get his nunchucks out? With a biker look? Nunchucks?
What?
You'd
be surprised. A lot of bikers.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Watch a lot of kung fu movies.
Okay, yeah, I guess.
They're not good at it.
He answered, "Hey, Mum. Yeah, I'm off to see Grant." So this is British, clearly. "Hey, Mum. Yeah, I'm off to see Gran now. I'll stay there until Kara gets there. You want me to pick up some dinner?"
Hello, Poppet. I'm a book that shouldn't be judged by its cover.
Smirks across the carriage. This is definitely in England. People cross with themselves for having such a huge assumption. We must not judge books by their covers, simply, ever. So fuck all y'all for judging this tattoo guy.
And then everyone stood up and clapped for me because I was the greatest and I didn't judge.
I took the only seat left in a train.
And everyone bought me chips and crisps.
Yeah, crisps.
Crisps.
They let me go first to
crisps.
the loo because I was the first to the loo.
They helped me unload my...
on Boxing Day?
No, they helped me unload my boot of my car.
Yeah, my boot on Boxing Day.
Yeah, into the lorry.
Yes. So... that's it. That happened. I just want everyone to know that actually did happen.
That seems reasonable. That seems like something that really happened.
Yep.
And definitely not just like a really... like something that would be written into a really hacky screenplay.
Yeah.
You showed some mad skills there.
God, I love that soundboard. Yeah, I don't know. That's me. I had a dog spay. And that... TJ, what's your life?
TJ, what is your life?
I've been spayed. No.
Well, you'd be
Yes.
neutered. You'd be castrated, actually.
Yes.
Chemically by the state, correct?
Correct. It's
yeah,
already
but
happening.
before
That's
that
why
you would
everyone's
really
getting
help
sick.
us with that whole Nazi thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which actually we kind of need right now.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
Can you get rid of the Nazis, please, TJ?
Can you not see what's going on around us?
Guys, come on. All right, let's do this. We got to get amped up
Yes.
here. Everyone's
I
asleep.
got this.
I'm not
So
asleep.
It's time.
All right, everybody. What?
It is time.
Time for what?
We need to fix the world one relationship at a time.
Oh, yeah. We're
Okay,
here.
I think I got a good theme for that. It's a totally original thing. Nobody's using it. It's fine.
It's true. It isn't being used anymore. So it's now our theme.
So it's time for Bite Answers.
Bite answers.
Bite answers.
All right, I've got a question here today. It said, during a college party, this drunk guy exposed himself to me. He's now a Supreme Court justice. What do I do?
Is dual citizenship...
Get fucked! That's what you do, because that's the world we live in.
I like how you set us up to like, hey, let's not get too down about the world. Let's do a bit. And then you brought it back to the shit.
That's right, because I'm a misery vampire. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I clicked away to Facebook, and there's a pickle pizza that I need to buy because I love pickles.
Just anyone that's feeling real depressed about how the Supreme Court could be sullied by such a horrible person, just go ahead and check out the Dollop episode about Chief Justice James Clark McReynolds, because it's always been fucked. Everything's always been fucked.
Yeah, the problem is that when you think about like the past, it's like, okay, that was in the past, but like when somebody gets it's a lifetime thing, so that's good 20-30 years now. So I'll be checks notes in my 60s when this guy's done, so I'm glad.
Nah, I'll be dead by then. Hey, TJ, let's solve someone's problem.
Yeah, let's solve someone else's problems, because we apparently can't solve America's problems.
Now, this was the most recent Yahoo Answers for the singles and dating category as of when I pulled up Yahoo Answers right before the podcast. So this was 18 seconds old when I clicked on it.
Oh, nice.
Yes. So this is from user, which I have to highlight over the picture to find out. Stupid. This is from user Claudia-N.
Okay. So it's a lady, we
lady.
assume.
Yep. So, do you think this would be a foolish decision, or can it be logical? I will try to keep it short. Not me, she does. I fell hard for a guy online who used to have mutual feelings. They live in England and I live in America. Great, because we were just making fun of them.
Uh-huh.
Distance, of course, is a huge factor. Things
Why?
happened because they live in England and I live in America. Things happened, and if I moved there, he wouldn't want to see me. I'm in $30,000 in debt, but I might be able to pay it in 2 years. How? Tell me, please. Okay, thank you. I've been emotionally dead, depressed, lost for a while, and I have no motivation in anything. Again, how do you get out of debt when you have all that? I have a fairly good job, but I'm just lost. I want to move to England and be a student maybe in the same college. Gunna. I don't know what that means. But realistically, 1 or 2 years from now because of debt. I don't know if I'd be good to him, if he'll change his mind about me, or he might find a girlfriend by then. I don't care about anything anymore. I'm not happy in America, but it does provide a stable living state. I know most of you will say to move on, but I can't. I'm not the type who falls easily for people. This guy is perfect for me. Should I go for it or stay here? Thanks.
Hey, have you tried therapy?
So, what is this person? What was the question? So they talked for like 8 hours about how they wanted to date a guy.
I will summarize in real person words.
Yes, thank you, because that was a fucking amount of word diarrhea nonsense.
Online relationship. She's in America, he's in England.
Okay.
They used to have mutual feelings, but right now I think it's just her. She's in debt, but has a stable job, but she just feels dead in it because all she can think about is this guy.
Okay.
She wants to move over there, but she thinks she should stay and do her debt, but she doesn't know because she can't think of anything about this guy and is worried that he will find someone else if she doesn't go there.
So is moving out of the country going to erase your debt?
Only if you fake your death and change your
Yeah, like I don't think that is how that works.
No, she said that if she stayed in the country,
yeah,
she'd be able to pay it off in a year or two.
So
I understand
That's
that.
the job she has.
I understand that. Also, why would you be in debt that much?
Because this is one of the big things that she said. Things happened, and if I moved there, he wouldn't want to see me.
Don't move there.
Wait, what? Wait, so they
Yep.
broke up? Is that what's happening?
Something
Happened.
I mean, she
That
mentioned
happened.
right in the first sentence.
Yep.
I fell hard for a guy online who used to have mutual feelings.
What? She's gonna move to another country to get with a guy who doesn't want to be with her.
Yes.
That is the most insane thing I've ever heard.
I don't know.
Like-
Sounds reasonable to me.
Okay. Here, my advice would be to fucking, I don't know. This person's an insane person. What advice can you give to this person? Tell him to fucking move. Let's do that. You know what I mean? Let's get some points here. You said this is a system where we want to get points from the asker. Let's fucking like indulge this crazy person in their fantasies.
Yeah,
because
okay,
they're
so
never.
first-
This person is never
Okay,
going to move
hang
to
on.
another country.
Tell them to watch
Best-
Love Actually.
Yeah.
Best answer isn't always from the asker.
Okay, but I don't care.
Yeah,
They get to vote.
True.
Because, like, this is the thing that someone posts on Yahoo Answers because they're going to post it here or on their live journal because they're never going to actually do it. Because moving to another country is much more difficult than just, I want to go to another country. Like, it just doesn't work that way. Like, you're going to have to, like, you're going to fly there as a visitor, but you're going to have to either get a job where they'll sponsor your visa, or you're going to have to go and get enrolled in a school there as a student where they'll sponsor your stay over there. It isn't as simple as, I feel like moving to England. Lovely old England.
Hello.
Especially because right now they hate immigrants.
Well, we're
Not
the good
white
kind,
ones.
so it's all right. Just like here, TJ.
Yeah.
Yep.
As long as you're not from those shithole countries, you're good. I
Oh,
apologize, but I'm just using the language that our president used publicly.
I'm just looking. There's a trending question that is horrible. It's
Okay.
on the sidebar.
Well, let's do that one after this,
yeah.
but let's get this answer quick.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
say-
let's do the horrible
we're not-
one. Why not?
We're not
Well-
going to do that one. I'll just read it.
No, we'll do that one. But anyway, let's get the answer here. I think the answer we have is, you only live once. It would be much
Wait, first,
better
tell them
for
to
you.
watch Love Actually.
Yeah. Yes. Watch Love Actually. Because England is so romantic. Say you only live once, and think about it this way: if you don't do this, you'll regret it for the rest of your life. But if you do this and it doesn't work out, you'll have at least tried. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's the best advice I can give, because this person won't actually do this, but this might make them feel better.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I hope they do it, actually, and then they, everything works out. I mean, honestly, I'm not going to say I hope
Yeah.
that this works out poorly for this person, but this is just someone just,
Say
whining.
that second part one more time. But if you do this,
Oh, but if you do this and it doesn't
Yep.
work out, you'll know that you at least tried.
okay.
And you'll have gained plenty of new experiences along the way. This is remember when we did Coacher? This is like Coacher. Unsolicited Coacher. FYI, you can't steal the app named Coacher, because that's our life coaching app.
Yes. And also download the app Coacher. And then we'll start building kind of that buzz around it, and people will be like, "What is Coacher? What is? I can't find it. Can you find it? No, I think you have to be invited. Sounds exclusive." And then we'll launch.
Okay. I put it in.
There is a
Almost exactly
website
as you
called
said it.
coacherdevelopment.com that's already been taken.
Damn it!
But it's like a weird, I don't know if English is their first language, software development for a contract hire site. So
Is there a vowel in the end of? Is it C?
No.
C-O-A-C-H?
no, there's no vowel. No,
Damn
it's
it.
But to be fair, it is coach and then an uppercase R, which we wouldn't do. It would be
No, it'd
all
be
lowercase.
of course.
Yeah, coacher.
Even the C would be lowercase because everyone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So we'll call this the coacher segment, I guess. I'll call it the coacher segment. Anyway, what's the horrible one? Do we get any responses from last week's?
I didn't see any responses, but
Okay. What's our status at?
It's
Are we
not in the
gurus?
notification. No, we have not gotten any. Other than that upvote that we got.
We got one upvote. That's not enough points.
Yeah, we need more points. The problem is I have to go back into every bit to see that, unless no one commented to any of our stuff.
Damn.
All right. Anyway,
What are we even doing here?
are you ready to hear the worst thing ever, and that's why it's trending?
Okay, yep.
All right. This is in singles and dating as well. It's
All
trending.
right.
It already has a best answer, so we can't answer this. What does this country come to? This is from an anonymous questioner, because of course it is.
Okay.
When will non-white people realize that most white people don't want to associate with non-white people?
Oh, that's just the question.
Oh.
Yeah, there are 6 updates to this.
Wait, when will non-white people realize...
Are the updates
Wait, no,
all
sorry.
just them digging in? Like, no, I'm not racist.
When will non-white people... Can you state this again?
Hang on, we're getting crap rated. But
anyway...
Our chat.
I don't
Anyway.
have my chat up.
Yeah, but anyway,
Yeah. I want this parsed again.
the question,
Okay.
which will make me sound...
This is a
Okay.
bad time to be rated.
Yeah.
Just go through it! We can't time our channels around raids.
When will non-white people
Okay.
realize that most white people don't want to associate with non-white people?
I don't know, like 1920? I don't know, like 1860? What do you want here? Because I'm pretty sure most non-white people already know this. Because there's a lot of horrible racist people out there.
The best answer says this is not true, and Asker's rating was 1 out of 5. So Asker didn't like that, but apparently it got best answer.
We got voted best answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think,
hope we
okay,
got
so
best
here's
answer.
our answer should be...
Well, we can't
Well,
answer.
it's okay, but what we would answer...
Yep.
What I
go
would
ahead.
answer is... I don't know. There's no answer to that. You know what I mean? Like, that's not even a relationship question.
Well,
You know what I
it
mean?
gets there because the first update says the same exact thing and says we certainly don't want to. I'm looking at our chat.
I know, right? Don't get distracted. Focus.
Yeah,
We're
sorry.
solving all the world's problems.
I'm not
here.
on the chat, so I can just see what's going on the
Yep.
YouTube video.
So the Yahoo Answers continues on by saying, and we certainly don't want to date on white people or sleep with them.
I've got the answer to them. Go on
yes.
farmersonly.com.
Yeah,
Yes,
actually,
exactly.
that is true.
You won't find any non-white people there.
It gets worse. It's just digging in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Update 4 said, I don't want any non-white people in my life, in my country, or in my neighborhood, and the majority of people around me feel the same way.
Yeah, that's not
okay.
true.
Oh, man. I wonder what state they're from.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you think that there's like a Nazi dating app for all the Nazis
Oh,
now?
probably. What's
this
the
account was
opposite
created
of
42
J-date?
minutes ago, so I can't find where this guy's coming from.
Google that, Matt. Google, what is the opposite of J-date? Do you have to be Jewish to go on J-date? Says a young John.
I think so.
What if you're just was it Goyim?
Yeah, I think that's a non.
Is that the term?
right?
Is that the term for the
Oh,
the
no, I figured it out.
Jew?
The white supremacist.
Yeah,
standing up as
Goy.
Christian Mingle.
Goyim is multiple, so it'd be like Goyim would be like multiple dudes that are not Jewish. Yeah, they always make fun of that because I don't see a J-date opposite coming up. So
It's Christian Mingle.
I guess you're right, to be honest.
Or Farmers Only, either way.
Yeah, farmersonly.com. You know what was really interesting? I saw an article in like Washington Post where they were talking about like Republican congressional aides are, in the dating scene in Washington D.C. and they're having a hard time. And I was like, boy, I wonder why.
Yeah, could it be because everyone hates you?
Yeah.
Especially because, like, the DC area is kind of a liberal area.
Super liberal. Yeah. The area itself.
So if you're a Republican in power, you're going to have a problem with the locals no matter what. And this is just that exponentially.
You know what? I will say one thing that has been good about this entire mess from 2016.
That one time Ted Cruz couldn't eat at the restaurant.
That was fun. One of the other fun parts was when a person showed up at the Ted Cruz rally and put up a sign that said Kevin from The Office
yeah, that was
and Ted Cruz are the same person.
Wasn't that
Prove
during
me
the
wrong.
2016 campaign?
It was.
That was like a million years ago.
Yeah, and you could see Ted Cruz see the sign. It was just so perfect. His reaction was just like disgust or like anger. Or it was just like a weird like, oh my god, like what the fuck. But anyway, trust Ted. Remember that? That was his like catchphrase.
Because it's like trusted.
Yeah.
Everyone's favorite Canadian Texan.
The great thing that happened, if we all remember, was when the healthcare repeal bill failed, and Paul Ryan got into his like car and blasted Papa Roach's "Last Resort" while he drove off. That you could clearly hear through the speakers.
Yeah.
It was so perfect. I was like, "This is like a joke." He would listen to that
because he's like such a fan of '90s alt rock.
Yeah, he's
but
such
he goes
a jock.
Completely against all of the things. They're railing on.
Yeah. He's like, I'm way into grunge music, but I love corporate stuff.
Yeah,
it's like,
I love Rage Against the Machine. Also, I am the machine.
I am the machine. I love Rage Against the Machine, but as like a devil's advocate because I'm for the machine.
Yeah, I'm pro machine.
Yeah, I mean, I've talked about this with Lance. And I'm talking about this the lamest shit when like metal bands will like side with the Republican nominees, and it's like, no, you should sign with Satan. Yeah. That is who you should support. You know what I mean? And rock and roll and metal. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that was fun because you like read like online endorsements. There'd be these death metal bands where like, oh, who do I want to win presidency? Nobody. There should be no president. Anarchy should rule. It was like, yeah, that's the answer. That's fucking metal. That's some dumb shit about taxes. Anyway, so
it's weird. Certain subgenres of metal get really like white supremacist-y though. It's weird.
Yeah, it is weird. Yeah, I agree. You just gotta wade through that stuff and get to the good stuff, you know. TJ, any more Yahoo things we can help out with? I don't know if that's what you're clicking through now, but
no, I was trying to
find out what our rating was. We got scored.
Yeah, no, not really. We just got I think it's just two of the same person, with two accounts. One account that was made 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, I think when you're getting rated by another channel, it'll show a notification like you're being rated by whatever.
But it could be one of those like YouTube version raids where
no,
YouTube live.
No, I was talking about like we got you said we were getting. I thought we were getting like a Yahoo answer
We're
rated.
Getting rated and rated. Our raid is getting rated.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, is that over yet? Or are we still on someone's random ass YouTube channel?
No. Only two people were even talking at all. So
okay.
It's kind of whatever.
Yeah. And they're our
weird.
new best friends.
Yeah,
Don't forget to follow and subscribe.
Like, follow, subscribe.
Hit that bell.
Hit that bell.
It's your boy.
It's your boy. Skinny penis.
It's your boy.
Nobody gets that reference because it's the Vine. It's the Vine that nobody remembers because Vine doesn't exist
Hey,
anymore.
y'all. Remember Vine?
It was my favorite.
I did it for the Vine.
All right, I gotta link that.
My favorite part about Vine was that it just instantly made the worst people famous.
That is not true. I mean, you're right, but also, but to be fair to me and to Vine, there was amazing stuff on Vine, and the shitty people from Vine got even more shitty when they left Vine.
That is true. But I just love that, like, everyone was suddenly like, wait, jump cut illusions are a thing?
Oh my god.
Like,
yeah, those are pretty...
The simplest, like, video editing techniques that have been around for decades, like, suddenly became popular again.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. but Vine had a lot of really awesome, just like 7-second hilarious jokes of like people falling down stairs, and it's a joke. That's what I like.
Yeah, part of the charm of like the original Vine stuff was that you had to just kind of do it all in one take, basically, where you could stop and start a new cut. But
yeah,
I didn't use the app very much, so correct me if I'm wrong. But I think that like if you screw up the second clip, then basically you have to start over.
Yeah, I mean, Vine eventually allowed people to just upload videos, so you could upload.
That's when it became
stuff.
bullshit.
But I mean, I guess.
It's
but
like
I mean,
280 characters. What are you even doing here?
Oh my god!
What?
Remember when people thought that would be the end of Twitter, and then Twitter is the exact same as it was before?
Yeah, Twitter has been ending slowly for a very long time.
Speaking of Twitter, I had a tweet earlier today, and I need help.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Because-
Wait, everyone stand and clap. That happened. You had a tweet today.
So, I need help.
All right.
So.
Oh no, did you
I
get
wanna
milkshake ducked?
No. Yes.
TJ got milkshake ducked?
Yes, I am now the milkshake duck. So starting beginning of 2017, GameStop was starting to work with different game publishing companies and getting them to release games right at close, right at 9 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah.
It made it easier on the employees, made it easier on the people picking up their games.
Oh, rather than doing it at midnight.
At midnight, or even like the simultaneous midnight where midnight Eastern happens and everyone gets it. We started it with Resident Evil 7, and then a bunch of games did it, afterwards. And Square Enix games have done it in the past. Well, next week there's a game coming out, and it's doing a simultaneous midnight. And I'm not talking about Call of Duty, which is doing a 9 p.m. I'm talking about The World Ends With You Final Mix.
Okay.
Which is coming out for the Nintendo Switch. I just want them to release it at 9 so I don't have to stay up late.
And do you want it to release it at 9 because it's German for no?
Yes.
Or because you don't have to stay up as late?
Both.
TJ, I'm worried about you
TJ,
being a secret Nazi.
I have it. No, I have a
You
solution
are in
for you.
Illinois.
I have what you might call a final solution for TJ.
Okay.
So
Quote unquote, the hashtag final solution.
So, TJ, have you ever thought about getting yourself into a position where you have more of, let's say, more access to like a GameStop?
Yeah,
where,
what
like,
would be interesting, TJ?
Like the people that really have like the access would be like,
Yeah.
have you even got a job at a GameStop?
Yeah. I feel like if you worked at a GameStop, you'd have access to those games.
Yeah, but I don't get them early. I've heard.
Oh,
from people who
you
work
get
there in
them
the past.
early. We know. You guys, it's like the cops that's like confiscate skateboards. It's like, we know
Yeah.
you're all playing with those skateboards
Yeah.
back at the...
We know what you do in the
We know
evidence
you're just in the
locker.
back playing those games early. I already
On
got
your
Red Dead Redemption 2.
confiscated Heelys.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Heel,
yeah.
yeah.
Did you see that Red Dead Redemption 2's like download size is like a fucking
110 gigabytes or something.
yeah. No, so that's just for the Xbox One, I think. The like HDR special 4K version, I guess.
The 4K
maybe.
version.
Yeah, because they put out the
No, because the one
PS4 Pro as well.
is PS4 Pro. Yeah.
Yeah, so the PS4 Pro has info that hasn't been made public yet, but the Red Dead Redemption 2 bundle PS4 Pro
It has it listed on the box.
105 gigs of space
Yeah.
without any patches or anything. That's like what you just need. Like, and so people are speculating, is that going to be for always, like every version, or is that just like a high res texture pack version for the PS Pro?
It's all horse testicles.
I mean, it's all testicles.
It's very testicle.
Anyway.
See, I think it's gonna be at least 80 gigs, even for the not high res. I really do.
I mean, I just want to say it's insane to me about this because when you get like a PS4 game now, and you like put it in your PS4 and like want to play it, it'll install like a huge chunk in anyway. You know what I mean? Like, Matt,
Eventually, 100%.
yeah. So like, what it'll do is basically put the entire game on your hard drive anyway. Like so, but you still need the disc in there to get it to start. So, like, even if you have the Red Dead Redemption 2 game disc, you're still going to need 105 gigs free on your hard drive. And the original PS4 hard drive, which I have, has 500 gigs of space. And 500 gigs of space, not counting the system software that takes up like 80 gigs. So, you're talking about this is going to take up a quarter of your entire hard drive if you didn't upgrade. Like, or if you have the 1 terabyte version that comes with the PS4 Pro, that is 1/10 of your hard drive it's taking up. Like, that's insane. Like, that's the biggest I've ever seen. And, like, you know, to be fair, Grand Theft Auto 5 is one of the biggest now. I think, I'm going to check on Steam to see how much Grand Theft Auto 5 is taking up. I may have uninstalled it because it takes up so much space. No, I don't. Properties... it is 81 gigabytes is Grand Theft Auto 5, so...
That's a lot of gigabytes.
It is a lot. So, honestly, it's only 30 gigabytes more than Grand Theft Auto 5. You know? Like, I guess, you know, it's a newer game. Grand Theft Auto 5 came out in, like, what, 2010? Like, whenever that originally came out?
When I first started at GameStop, 2012.
Yeah.
For the old systems.
Yeah, so, I mean, it is... It's a big game, but the games are getting bigger.
Have like discs for games?
Oh, sorry, 2013. 2013 for the old systems. 2012 is when the Wii U came out.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, this is only going to get more and more common as we move to 4K. You know what I mean? Like stuff like this always is like crazy to me when people will have like Comcast, which will have like a 500 gigabyte monthly data cap. It's like, well, I used up a fifth of my entire data cap on one game.
Well, eventually, like game streaming might take over, or
I mean, it
sort
hasn't.
of a hybrid system.
We've already moved back on PS Now.
Yeah.
They now are having you download the games because it's easier.
Yep.
I'm just saying it's kind of annoying, but I mean, what can we do? I mean, if the game is worth it, it's worth it, you know. But I have a 2 terabyte hard drive that I installed on my PS4, or I got the external. Which, by the way, if you have not done that, people, get the external hard drive for your PS4 because
Is it like a proprietary thing? Or
no,
is it just
no.
any
You just
external
buy
hard
an external hard drive.
drive? Okay, because I got some shit laying around.
Yeah, I mean, it might even work with one you have. I don't remember exactly what you need for PS4.
Big thing is just USB 3.0.
Yeah, it just needs to be USB 3.0. So, like, basically any, like, and this is the one I have. This isn't the exact one I have, but, like, on Best Buy here, you know, they have the Western Digital Easy Store 2 terabyte external hard drive. USB 3.0, $70 right now on sale. And that, you know, what is it, 4 times the space you have now? I mean, like...
Yeah.
The USB 3.0 doesn't require an external power cable because it's powered through USB. So you don't even have to have an outlet for it. It just literally is a hard drive that's taking up a USB. One issue in the PS4 is that there's like only 2 USB ports in the entire thing. So that's not ideal, but...
I just realized I can just switch my monitor input over and talk to you guys while I play PlayStation, so I'm going to do that.
Please don't do that. Yeah, you should sign up for like PS Now or something, Matt. Or do the free trial. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you can try a lot of games for that way. I really like the Xbox Game Pass thing they've done too. Like that almost makes me want to get an Xbox. Because like
First party new release games at day of launch.
Yeah, every first party game. Like you don't have to
Forza Horizon 4.
Yeah, which I heard's pretty good. People like that one. I mean, all the other Forzas have been good. I mean, I played 3, thanks TJ, and 7, Thanks, TJ, or whatever that other one was.
It was 7. Yeah.
It was 7. Okay. What was
I haven't played
what's the
7 yet.
PlayStation Plus games for this month?
I don't know. I haven't looked yet.
Yeah, I didn't even
Time
look
to look.
either. I'm looking right now because I have it open. Friday the 13th, the game is free. What else is free?
Laser League, whatever that is.
Which is a PSN game and read-only 2064 read-only memories. Rocket Birds 2 Evolution, The Bridge. Yeah, it doesn't seem super great. I mean, Friday the 13th, the game for free is kind of fun, actually, for Halloween.
Are enough people still playing that you'd have like full servers?
Yes. And here's the thing. PlayStation Plus, man, it's a free game. You know what I mean? So there'll definitely be people playing it. That's like the incredible like story of Rocket League. Like Rocket League released as a PlayStation Plus free game. And everyone was playing it for that month. That like that first month and like, and it kind of took off. And then like now it's like on every platform known to man and everyone loves it and it's a really fun game. But like I think the PS Plus like free launch really helped because it just gave it that boost. So.
Yeah, especially when you're like an unknown, and like I don't know how much the developer was known before this, but
yeah,
it's just about getting in front of people's eyeballs.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, this is Rocket League is actually their sequel game because Super Acrobatic Rocket Power Battle Cars, which is quite a mouthful.
Yeah, that's a way worse name.
It was okay, but it didn't do so hot in the PS3.
Yeah, but that was like proto Rocket League. Did you guys see Telltale Games Walking Dead final season will be finished by the game developer Skybound Games. So they will finish that final season of the Walking Dead games. Episodes 3 and 4. So that's it. So it's going to get done. Not by Telltale, though. Yeah, anyway, sorry. I brought it down again. You guys want to talk about LaCroix?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Matt, your favorite water?
Yeah. It's a good
Hey, Matt,
water.
did you know that LaCroix is poison?
Oh, no!
According to a lawsuit filed, a class action lawsuit, alleges
Yeah.
LaCroix is falsely claiming the drink to be 100% natural. Oh, man. The plaintiff, desiring a healthy natural beverage, was led to purchase LaCroix sparkling water because the claims made on its packaging, advertising, and website to be innocent, naturally essence, all natural, and always 100% natural. However, LaCroix, in fact, contains ingredients that have been identified as the Food and Drug Administration as synthetic. These chemicals include limonene, which can cause kidney toxicity and tumors, linalool propionate, which is used to treat cancer, so that's bad, I guess,
Yeah.
and linalool, which is used in cockroach insecticide, this lawsuit states. The suit also alleges that LaCroix and its parent company, National Beverage, are aware of the synthetic chemicals contained in LaCroix, but are intentionally misleading customers. National Beverage Corp is denying the allegation the lawsuit was filed without basis in fact or law regarding the natural composition of LaCroix's sparkling waters.
So this was almost my homework article, but then
Good thing
I decided
good thing I dodged it. Good thing you dodged it.
Well, it was just like I threw it away because it's just allegations, and like who knows if it's true or not yet.
Correct. Okay, so here's this is some chemophobic nonsense, and I now work in the processed food industry, so I know a lot about the FDA.
Oh, so you're part of the system.
Yeah, I'm part of the system.
I'm
No, but what I'm going to
reintroduce
say
you.
is I know about the FDA, and this is what Popular Science specifically says, is that FDA basically has no real oversight over what's called natural.
Yeah.
Because a lot of chemicals, like linalool and linalool propionate and I forget the other one, are naturally occurring substances, because these are like limonene, I think is specifically linalool propionate, the one that's used in cockroach thing is naturally found in flowers and other herbs. It's
So you're
like
saying flowers are trying to kill us.
Exactly. So the thing is that, and this is a nonsense, whenever you see is using an ingredient used in blank, always think of, oh my God, you're giving your kid that Capri Sun. That has the same ingredient that's in the detergent I use to do my dishes.
Oh,
because
you mean water?
It has water in it.
Yeah.
Because
And
you can
water-
say anything has something sharing with something else. and
Water
it's-
is made from two very combustible gases.
Exactly.
Is that safe? No.
Yeah. Oh,
And
carbon
hydrogen
dioxide,
monoxide.
or yeah, exactly, carbon monoxide, or yeah, like all of these
Dihydrogen
things.
monoxide,
Yeah. Sorry, dihydrogen monoxide. That's got hydrogen, which is. Have you seen hydrogen in a balloon blow up?
Yeah, I've
You
seen
know?
that footage of the Hindenburg. I know
Yep.
all about chemistry.
And have you seen the flammable instructions around oxygen tanks? Those could blow up any minute.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
And you're drinking that?
And don't forget, it's also
Also-
known as hydroxic acid.
Also, oxygen is a very, very addictive drug. Like, once you have it, you just can't live without it. So I don't want that in my body.
So my science lawyer thoughts on this case are, all right. So knowing a lot how ingredients get sourced and whatnot, this is artificial ingredients, linalool, and all that stuff. Okay, those are ingredients that are naturally derived that also could be artificially, created in a lab. So if LaCroix is making natural claims, they should be sourcing those chemicals from natural sources, which I'm sure they can do, which I'm sure they are doing if they're making that natural claim. But what this person probably is looking up is like, oh my God, they can make this chemical in the lab. And it's like, yeah, but you could also get it as a natural extract. So it's kind of like one of those things that's like, okay, you don't know how they make their product, so you're just saying, oh, I saw this thing was in something else, so I'm going to sue. And so what's happening is this is going to settle out of court for a nominal amount of money, because I'm sure LaCroix will want this lawsuit to go away for like $10,000. This person just wants some money. And they may not settle out of court, it may get thrown out because there's no proof. Because
Yeah,
I'm sure,
I'd hope for that.
like any
rather than
company,
giving this person some cash.
yeah, exactly. And like any actual good company would have legal documents and legal look over their statements in natural and have lots of statements that say, well, we call our product natural, but that's because the FDA doesn't give any guidance on what can be called natural, and this is our reasoning for calling it natural. Like, there's literally nothing they can sue against here, because natural is a nonsense term. Like when you talk to food, because it is not a regulation. Like certified or organic, if you call your product that, it's against the law, because the FDA has the National Organic Program that states you have to have your product certified organic by these agencies to contain this much organic ingredients. So,
Yeah. But
you
can,
know,
can
that
you call it organic if it just contains carbon?
no. To be organic, to be labeled organic in the U.S., it has to be certified organic.
Boiled.
You can say contains an organic ingredient on the label, but you can't say that the product itself is organic unless it passes like the strict organic regulations. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot about that, and that's another thing with GMOs is the FDA doesn't have any ruling for the U.S. for GMO labeling as well currently. Different states have different things.
Yeah. And I don't know, how would you even label that for GMOs? You could just be like, this is genetically modified.
Well,
but that
let's
doesn't
start.
really tell
I'm
you
gonna give up.
anything.
I'm gonna give up a really good example of GMO. TJ, what are you doing? It's very loud.
I'm sorry, I was trying to scratch my head. I scratched my mic instead, and then I moved my mic. But regardless, LaCroix tastes like crap, so mic drop.
No, it doesn't. LaCroix
But-
tastes like somebody shouting a flavor at you from another room.
So I want to like linalool or whatever is using a cockroach insecticide. It's probably because it comes from a plant that cockroaches hate. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's like such a dumb thing. It's like,
I was
or
looking up
no,
stuff
I'm
that-
sorry. It's probably using a cockroach insecticide as this is a plant that cockroaches love. so that they come to the insecticide to eat it. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't necessarily mean it is killing cockroaches. It's just complete lack of scientific knowledge.
Yeah, I was looking up like ways to repel stink bugs earlier, and you can
they're all over.
with mint and garlic.
Nice.
Like, these common food ingredients are used
exactly.
to fight stink bugs.
Yeah, like you know, it's an insecticide. Spraying a bug with water, and you're drinking that every day. But I want to talk about GMO ingredients for an instance here. So let's talk about like corn syrup as an ingredient. You know, Matt.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Most corn in the U.S. is,
like feed corn.
Yes. Well, most corn in the U.S. is like dent corn. I mean, it's just regular corn, but it's from GMO because like corn is basically overwhelmingly GMO in the U.S. You know, Roundup Ready corn. So when you get corn syrup, is the corn syrup GMO? Because the corn syrup goes through like a process where it's hydrolyzed and the starches are removed and the sugars remain, and there's no corn DNA at all. It is a product that was made from GM corn, but would you consider that a genetically modified ingredient?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like such a crazy thing. That's like, and so in Europe, that would be considered labeled GMO. In the US, jury's out.
Well, there's a problem where you want people to make informed decisions about what they're buying, but if you provide a little bit of information, then it's almost less informative than providing all. Like, I don't see how you could do this without being like, here is the genetic sequence of all of our corn.
Oh, exactly. I mean, well, actually, the way that they test for that is they actually just test for DNA in the syrup, and if there's no DNA, then they know there's no genetically modified anything in there. So
that makes sense.
Before we were directly modifying the DNA like we are nowadays. Yeah. We were genetically modifying plants. It's called hybridizing.
Yeah, for over centuries.
Years.
Hybridization, yeah.
But I mean, it's such a I don't know. It bothered the whole GMO thing. I could rant on 8 podcasts worth of time over that. Like I specifically like now when I see like because I bought some frozen vegetables and then I saw it had non-GMO project, which is a fucking racket, by the way. Don't get me started on the non-GMO project.
Started.
But if you want to talk about goalposts being moved around, that is an organization to talk to. But no, when I saw that and I was like, man, if I was like not like lazy, I would take that back and get a different one that was GMO, because to me, and this is the way I see organic label and non-GMO. Now, I know you go to a farmer's market, Matt, and work in there. That's the good shit. Like local stuff, that's the stuff that you want to buy. But when you're buying like organic or non-GMO, all that stuff, when I see that, I see, oh, so this costs more for the environment is what I see. Because I'm like, oh, this used more water than traditional crops.
That's
this used more insecticide than traditional crops. This corn, they had to spray more insecticide on because they didn't have the Roundup Ready corn that automatically, stops, these other bugs from or these other plants from weeding on it. It's like anyway, that always bothers me. And I'm just like, so in my mind, when I see the words organic and I see the word non-GMO, I automatically think worse for the environment. And I think that's the association that people need to make, because it's the truth in like most cases, especially with organic grains and organic fibers. Like organic cotton uses like 50 times the water of like the non-organic grown cotton. It's insane. Like, it is wasteful, just so we can seem cool. You know what I mean? It's not eco-conscious to have organic.
No.
Here's the difference. Getting stuff that's organic and locally grown, that's cool, because that's like really unique products that you can only get, in your local area, and that is also better because it's not traveling across the country.
Yeah, you're not using as much fossil fuels and everything.
Exactly. Like getting stuff from your local CSA, getting, crops from your local like community supported agriculture or having a community garden and stuff. That's the awesome shit. Like that's the best way to be good. But like just going out and being like, oh, I'm going to go to Whole Foods and buy a bunch of organic stuff. It's like that. It's not helping the environment. It's probably hurting it versus, especially you going out and gardening yourself, which of course where we live can only be done like 4 months out of the year. But
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, that's my rant about GMOs. And the GMO labeling in the U.S. is a joke. At least in Europe, they have a specified strict rule that includes basically everything. But yeah, and the U.S. is I think coming up with a rule now, but I guess probably not because
but John,
of who's in
as a
charge
counterpoint to your argument,
sure,
science scary.
Science is scary. Yeah, chemicals are bad.
Science scary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't want anything on the label that I can't pronounce. It's just anyway. Yeah, so
it's always funny, especially for like some preservatives and stuff. Like it's got the scientific name on the label, like acetic acid or whatever, but that's just like citric acid. That's like
yeah. Well, like acetic acid is vinegar.
Oh, that's that one. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's like
citric acid is just lemon juice. You know, like
I don't know. The world's got problems.
Yeah.
Let's fix them all.
It's just kind of annoying that I think it what I ask is to just dig one step deeper. You know what I mean? Don't just take everything you read at face value. And that's kind of like what you see with a lot of these.
Just be careful,
like
because
fear mongering.
If you accidentally dig like 11 steps deeper, then you'll find that all of our
fall
food
through the
supply
earth because it's flat.
All of our food supply is controlled by the reptilian government, and their clones are replacing all of our farmers.
Yeah. Oh, I agree.
Justin Bieber's
no.
a clone.
Who's a clone?
Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber's a clone. Oh, I remember we talked about that one.
I saw a weird video artifact on him once, so that means he's a reptilian clone.
Yeah. I mean, and it's the other thing about, like, the poison. Like, okay, yeah, this thing might be poisonous to cockroaches, per se. Like, chocolate's poisonous to dogs. Doesn't mean it's poisonous to humans. There's lots of things that hurt other animals that don't hurt us. Especially insects. Like, you know what is in ant poison? Dish soap. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Like, it's stuff that you could get all over your hands. You could cover your entire body with. You'd be fine. Ant? Nah. Fuck them up. Because they are not, like, mammals. Like, their bodies work in a different way. So, TJ, Matt, I know at least TJ is always looking for a new job. Amazon seems to be the place to go. Huh?
Okay. Yeah.
Because Amazon.com/r/Amazon. I'm sure there's like an Amazon bitching like Reddit that's if somebody wants to look up the like Amazon worker Reddit where people are bitching about this news. But so Amazon.com is eliminating Amazon.com is giving as Bloomberg called it, a special delivery to its warehouse workers. So they are raising their minimum wage nationwide to all workers. Minimum wage that will be $15 an hour. They also clarified
not taking anything to balance that out.
Correct. They also claimed that anyone that's making more than 15 will also get a raise. They said $1 an hour raise for hourly employees. So everyone's getting a raise across the company. I mean, okay. Now, I'm going to say this first, because I'm going to bitch about this a lot. This is not a terrible thing. This is an awesome thing that Amazon has decided to do, because that's just, nobody put their feet to the fire on this one, other than people complaining about it. Like, they weren't forced to. They just said, you know what? We should give everyone a raise. So I'm going to give them credit where credit's due. But I will also say that they were basically forced to do this by everyone getting the bad press about Amazon workers being on welfare while their CEO is the richest man in the U.S. So it really was more of an optics thing, and how difficult it is to raise everyone's pay from, I think they were making like $11 an hour when they started in the warehouse, to 15. You know, like how much is that going to affect the bottom line? When, Matt, did you say that they didn't eliminate anything?
No, of course not. Why would they do that? They're giving
Well,
a gift to everyone.
What they did was eliminate the monthly bonuses and stock awards for warehouse workers.
That doesn't sound like Jeff Bezos.
So I can see this in two ways. I don't work there, so I don't really know how crazy it is. But also, like, bonuses a lot of times have to do with pay for performance. So it could be like, oh, you got a bonus because you basically took no breaks all day, and now you're making money. So now basically everyone is going to be making what you would have made with bonuses. And from what I've seen, some people seem bummed about the bonuses going away, and some people seem like, oh, good, I'm actually going to have to be making real money without having to bust my ass to make enough money to do that. And the stock awards seem like something that was pretty rare anyway, for Amazon employees. Like it was a thing. But of course they said they were eliminating those compensation categories to help pay for the raises. Of course, it wasn't the tax cuts or anything else that they got. It was, we're going to eliminate some pay bonuses to pay for these other bonuses. So they basically shuffled money around. But raising the minimum is a huge deal, because it puts a floor on the pay at the very least. You're not forced to work extra hours or overtime or harder to get those bonuses. You will just get, at least a decent wage, if not a living wage, a decent wage. It depends on where your warehouse is. If your warehouse is next to a small town, $15 an hour is a good living wage. If your warehouse is in New York, you're still going to be sleeping on the couch with $15 an hour. But anyway, they said this is affecting all the people at Whole Foods as well, like basically everything. So I don't know. Thoughts? TJ, I know you worked in retail and do work in retail. So what are your thoughts about Amazon? Do you think this is going to affect every company now? Because Amazon's a big chunk.
It is. I mean, it seems that that's the step that a lot of companies are taking, but they're doing it really, really slow. Finding other ways to cut corners to get around it.
Correct.
I mean, because I'm seeing, with my, I'm not going to badmouth my former employer because GameStop treated me well, but I'm seeing people that have been with the company for years that are just leaving. It's become a mass exodus there, especially for people who've worked their way up to the higher ranks, just leaving. It might be it's probably more like cherry picking because it's people I know directly, people I know through another source, people I know like third hand, but I'm hearing a lot of store leaders leaving GameStop.
Yeah.
Do you think there's some amount of like, I think Walmart was lobbying for a $15 minimum wage because they know they can afford it and it'll put a lot of their competition out of business?
Probably. I wouldn't put that past Walmart. I think that's why like McDonald's was like the first to step on trying to get, $10 an hour minimum nationwide.
Yeah.
But then it's a stepping stone. It's nice to see workers win once in a while, but they're not really winning yet.
No, and I don't know. There seems like there should be some kind of universal basic income to help prop up the smaller businesses.
I want to point this out to TJ. Sorry, because we had talked about this before. Amazon has also clarified that the change will affect more than 250,000 Amazon employees, including part-time workers and those hired through temp agencies. So this is literally, if you work in the warehouse, you're getting 15 minimum. So I'm sure that the temp agencies will be probably required to pay you 15 if you're going to work in Amazon. And Amazon will probably compensate the temp agency above 15, which is how temp agencies typically work. Just because Amazon won't have to pay benefits, but you'll still get 15 an hour. You know what I mean? So yeah. I mean that's much better than what it was. So I mean it's a massive help for a lot of people that are work. And I really hope it's the same thing that happened back when the U.S. introduced minimum wage in the 40s, I believe, right? It was right after the Depression. When was the first minimum wage?
When those commies started taking over.
It was 1938 when it became law. It raised everybody's wages across the board because it just became a thing. Like, even if you were making more than the minimum wage, your wages went up because, it moved the bottom up.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's a historical thing that it was good for the economy.
Yeah, because people at the lower end of the income spectrum, when they get more money, they spend it.
Exactly.
People at the upper end, when they get more money, they save it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So if you ever need a quick infusion of cash into the economy, raise the wages of the lowest income people.
Yeah, because it's basically forcing corporations to give more of their profits instead of to shareholders back into the people that are making the money for the company. Companies should be doing that because it's good for companies to give their employees regular and decent raises because it makes employees happier and your company more efficient and better, and people aren't leaving all the time. Like you may say at GameStop, people leaving a lot because there's a lot of talent heading out, and then you have less talent coming in, a worse product. It's the retail death spiral, as we talked about.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You just have less and less quality, less people want to shop there. So it's kind of one of those things. It's like, it's good. I mean, like this one thing that Costco did a long time ago, I think when people get hired at Costco, they are, guaranteed full-time and, $15 an hour. So I think you get stock as well and stuff. It's like a real good retail gig there, and you can tell too, because when you go to Costco, everyone there is super awesome. Everyone's on top of it, helping you out. So anyway, yeah, so I don't know, it's a good thing. I'm also relatively, I'm optimistic, but also I guess guarded optimism would be the thing. So
Yeah,
I think it's a cool thing that Amazon has done, especially right before the holiday season, because they're going to all get busy as hell, I'm sure, as Amazon keeps getting more and more market share every holiday.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and that's where a lot of the temp workers and seasonal help will come out.
Exactly. TJ, do you have something else here? You got a bed? You're replacing iPhone batteries, you said? We already go over this a little bit.
Well, we didn't go out on the podcast, but I've ordered 3 battery kits to replace the iPhone 6s battery. Instead of upgrading, which costs a lot of money, I spent $25 each for each of 3 kits. I'll be doing my phone first because if I'm going to screw something up, I'd rather screw mine up rather than my wife's or my mother-in-law's iPhone. I've seen the YouTube tutorial. I know to be careful, and the kit will come with everything I need to replace it. If I did battery alone, it'd be $20, so I figured I'd just get the kit for each one.
So I saw these videos where actually if you want to fix the battery on your phone, you could just put it in the microwave and then you run it on, I think, low.
For 30 seconds?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Apple Wave technology. It came with iOS 7.
Yeah, have you tried that?
No. But iOS 8, that update made my phone waterproof.
Ooh.
How much did the kit cost to do it?
It was 25. Well, I haven't got them yet, but it's $25 per kit, and that includes the battery, the screwdrivers, the adhesive tape to put the new thing in there.
I think I'm gonna just because I was looking this up too because I have a Galaxy S6 that's old, and I'm now a person.
Doesn't yours, the back just comes off and you just put a battery in?
No. Not with the S6. With the previous versions, you could take the back off and put in an SD card and just pop the battery out. Mm-hmm. This one is like an iPhone. It's fully encased as glass back. Okay. But I searched because my battery kind of sucks now on this because it's almost 3 years old now. This phone. So, but I don't want to get a new phone because you see how much that fucking iPhone X2 costs? Like $1,200.
Yep.
No thanks. Not that they all cost that much, but it's getting up there. You're talking about $800, $900 for a new phone. I don't have that kind of cash. I do, but I don't want to spend it. you know what I mean? Like I could do it, but why? But this, I'm looking at Batteries Plus. I guess you can take your phone and they'll do it for you.
Yeah, there are places around here that will do it, but
That is
the
40
iPhone. Yeah.
on the for a US Cellular, which is why I have Samsung Galaxy S6 battery replacement. $40. That is not bad.
For the iPhones, having someone else do it would have been 120. So I figured I'd do it myself.
Yeah, that's way more expensive than this. I was like, oh, this is only $40. I might just do this because I'll keep the phone for another year. Because
I wouldn't mind eventually replacing my phone, but I want to wait until.
But like your
iPhone
iPhone 6 isn't like ancient. Like it still
the
works.
6S is great, and I would still want a 6S. I just want a higher capacity because 16 gigabytes keeps getting full. 8 gigabytes of it is system stuff.
Wow, 16 gigs.
Yeah, I need more.
Ugh. That's.
See, if I had 32 or 64, I'd be playing Pokemon Go like everyone else is. And I can't do anything like that.
Oh my god, I gotta talk about a game I was gonna play.
It was
Or I've been
Pokemon
playing.
Stay.
No, it's a phone game though. TJ, have you played it? I'm sure you haven't because you don't have the space on your phone for it.
Maybe,
as you mentioned. But have you been playing Dragalia Lost?
I've wanted to. I've heard good things.
Yeah. So I started playing Dragalia Lost, which is a Nintendo published game by, I don't remember the name of the company. But it is a JRPG phone game kind of thing. I don't know how to describe it. I mean, TJ's read about it here. It's got a lot of phone game mechanics, but it is like a top-down, like party-based run-around hack and slash kind of game as well, which is kind of fun.
It's side games.
It's got this sick-ass song when you start it. It's got a lot of Japanese music in it. It is a very large download. I think it was like 3 gigs on my phone or something.
Yeah,
and that is just for the base.
Yeah.
Because every time I load a new level, it requires the download of like 5 megabytes. So it's constantly being large. Oh, this is the best song.
Well, let's get moving.
Sorry, there's people that talk. There's a lot of voice acting in this game as well, so you can tell there's that.
Yeah.
But it's actually really
because it's free to download.
There should be.
Is tons of in-app purchases. Oh yeah, it doesn't seem to have too bad of a free-to-play kind of wall going on. It just seems more like if you want to progress faster through the story, you'll want to do that. It would be a good time to get in now because the game just launched, so they have a bunch of like launch
events.
Month like bonuses. So you get like tons of free summons of like. Because it's like a gacha game. You summon characters for your party. You summon like worm prints, which are like stat cards that give boosts to your characters that you can upgrade. Like literally, you can upgrade your characters. You can upgrade the cards that give them boosts. You can upgrade the weapons that they carry. You can upgrade the dragons that they are linked to. It's like 20 different ways of upgrading. So, yeah, it's kind of insane.
Well, I'm downloading it now, and it's gonna take a while.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, it's a fun little game though because it has a ton of voice acting in it, and the story is actually kind of, you know, as a JRPG, pretty basic, but like at least interesting. You know, it's not like a regular. Maybe.
Kind of,
big, not giant, large. Then again, I haven't gotten that far into the game and unlocked all the characters, so maybe there's some characters with giant phone.
I'm looking at videos of gameplay. It looks pretty cool.
It is. It's kind of a fun little, like, you run around in a little randomly generated dungeon and slash at enemies and treasure chests, and then you fight a boss to end each level. And it's got, like, the bosses have, like, the World of Warcraft, like, little telegraph circles on the ground where they're going to blow up, so you have to, like, hop out of them. It's pretty cool, actually.
And it's not like a free roaming RPG, like a Zelda Link to the Past.
I think it's more like confined
more like
arenas
linear.
for where you're.
Oh, okay. Because you're talking a lot about the story, so it seems like it's kind of confined to, like, this is the track you go on.
Guys, cell phones are just so expensive.
Yeah.
The Galaxy
nobody buys them
S9
anymore. They just
is $783 if I just want to get the phone. Or I could pay $20 a month for 30 months.
Yeah, do that one. That sounds better.
Oh my god. Well, it is cheaper actually than the $783, but
Well,
you
my
also have
phone
to.
plan, if you pay at least half of the price of the phone, then you can turn it in and start paying on a new phone. So you're
Yeah,
always
they really
paying
upgrade.
down like the balance on a phone, but you never have to pay for a complete phone.
Mm-hmm. Although I could get a Galaxy S8 for $655. The problem is with US Cellular is that like don't have I can't just get like an unlocked phone. I have to get like a weird one that works with US Cellular because they have like and they also don't allow like lots of different phones. They just have like 30 different phones that you can use on them. So like some of the cool like Motorola phones that are good, that are cheap, like they're good cheap Android phones, I can't get. So it's just kind of annoying. I guess I could get an iPhone 7 Plus for $570 though.
See, I'd rather get a 6.
Oh, I just get an
or 6S
iPhone
Plus.
8 for $600.
I just want to make sure I get something with a decent amount of space. I'd like to get 64 gigs.
You know, if you had an Android phone, you could get additional space in there. But I want to point out,
Not exactly.
well, yeah,
Because the added memory doesn't let you put apps on that added
correct.
memory.
Yes, the added memory is only, but the added memory is nice because you can free up images and stuff. You know what I mean? Like
Google Photos, everything's in the cloud.
well, but it stores on your device like for a period, you know, until you get to Wi-Fi. So, I mean, like the idea is that like or music, you know, that you download and videos that you take, like that sit there. I mean, anyway, I'm just saying, like it isn't as useful as you would say. You would think, though. You're right, TJ, on that. Like it is definitely that. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do when I want a new phone. My battery tends to last, although I have to leave it charging a lot, and it drains really fast. I'm using like Dragalia Lost, just eats battery.
Yeah.
Like it just like 20% after like 20 minutes of playing it goes down. So yeah, but I just I'm a homeowner now. I'm a dog owner. I don't have any money for myself.
You own a dog home.
I gotta save up for when my fucking appliances break.
Yes. You gotta
So
have all that money for cleaning leaves out of the street.
Oh my god. No, I gotta pay for someone to clean my gutters because they are fucking full of leaves now. And I can't do it myself.
You should just
'Cause-
install garbage disposals on all of your gutters.
That's a good idea, actually. It's a little thing to chop
Then
up.
every once in a while, a squirrel gets caught in there.
Brrr. Oh my god!
No.
No, I think I definitely want to put gutter guards in, but that's expensive. I'll have to save up for that.
So, homework and then call it quits for the show today?
Oh, I know. Actually, we're already pretty close to calling it quits anyway, aren't we?
Well, we started at 9:40, so we've got an hour 20.
Okay,
seems
yeah,
longer.
let's do it. Yeah, I'm just looking at the recording, but we did spend a good 30 minutes just talking
ranting.
nonsense. So let's do homework and call it quits.
All right, who goes first?
Matt,
We should probably do the
Matt-
homework earlier in the show than the calling
We
it
should.
quits. I mean,
No,
like,
that's
right
what
in the
everyone
middle.
tunes in for. You got to make them wait.
yeah, that's true. Make them wait for the homework segment. All right, who did their homework this week?
I did.
Nice. Who wants to start? I don't think anyone won. Nobody won. No, there's no
No.
winners. This isn't
No.
like a competition.
We're both winners.
I think Matt can go first this time because TJ went first last week.
All right, this is a short one.
Fair
and
enough.
Then
I got a short one too.
afterward, I have a bonus that we could talk about for a minute.
Awesome.
It's pretty much all in the headline. It's from the Moscow Times.
Oh, good. All right.
A Russian judge clears cat of responsibility for electric bill debt. A court
Okay.
in the Siberian city of Bernal has cleared a cat of wrongdoing after its owners accused it of running up their electric bill.
I'm just imagining a cat sitting in a like courtroom at the table with its
You
like
swear to tell
legal
the truth.
counsel.
Meow.
Meow.
As-
Okay.
Put your paw on this Bible. No, don't slap it. Don't. It's not a
Nope.
toy.
Nope. Up, up.
Stop. Hey, hey, hey.
It slides the Bible off the table slowly.
As part of the court case, the private homeowners explained that their cats like to walk in the attic in dangerous proximity to an electric meter that they eventually decided to move. However, they said that they were too late. The cat ended up ripping the steel from the meter during his latest raid of the rooftop, and the company cited the homeowners saying,
What?
Local media...
So the cat destroyed the electric meter?
Yeah. And so local media identified the feline debtor as Vasya, diminutive of the Russian name Vasily, which is an important detail for the story.
Okay.
Local wireman Sergei Platanyuk came to Vasya's defense in court saying the seal would have remained intact even if the cat hung onto it with its claw. The Brunel judge sided with the utility company and absolved the cat, informing the homeowners that they are responsible for the seal's safety by law. BGES said the debtors did not appeal to the ruling and would pay off 80,500 rubles, approximately $1,200, in outstanding debt and legal fees. Meanwhile, last week, a beaver reportedly left hundreds of residents in the Altai region without electricity after knocking a tree that fell into a transmission line.
Yeah, man, Siberia is like the Canada of Russia. All these delightful things. So what do you think? So I'm thinking what happened is that couple was trying to scam the energy agency and saying like, "Oh no, our cat tampered with it."
Yeah.
So we're not
like,
paying.
No, we're not using all this electricity. It's
the
meter
cat
broke.
tampered. Yeah. And they're like, "Dude, your cat can't fucking look. Small cats can't melt steel electronic covers, meter covers,
unless if your meter is held on by like an iPhone cord, they probably can't get through it."
Oh man, the cats love those cords. Love them. And headphones.
Yeah.
My cats love to eat headphones.
Yeah.
That's really that's delightful. What a fun Russian story. Never mind the story
and then
about
the cat hacked our election and stole our presidency.
Never mind the Trump Tower.
The cat
lawyer.
was at Trump Tower. The cat has since been poisoned by polonium.
Yeah, the Russian official linked to Natalia Veselnitskaya, the Trump Tower lawyer, has died in a helicopter crash in Russia. So, whatever. Don't worry about it. Nothing, no collusion. Just, there's people that were involved in Russia are disappearing now. So.
Are you suggesting that Putin would kill somebody and make it look like an accident?
I don't know. Is that cat still alive? Is that beaver around anymore?
The beaver was an inside job.
Yeah.
This is gonna sound like Matt and I corroborated stories.
Okay, so there's collusion?
There's no collusion.
Hashtag
Witch
collusion.
hunt.
I'm not even gonna start with the headline.
Okay.
Because the first sentence says it all. A cat...
What?
Knocked out power to more than 7,500 people in New Orleans.
This is like the remember when like Elon Musk like Galaxy Brain is talking about how the whole world's a simulation? These are the weird like ripples like in our podcast that you both independently come up with an animal knocks out power to residents story on this podcast is just one of those things that's like, are they testing the bounds
whoever
now?
is running this simulation is just really getting lazy with writing and reusing stories.
Yeah.
So according to Entergy, the local power company, the largest outages were in Mid-City, Central City, and Broadmoor.
All right.
Entergy reported that at about 11:15 a.m. that power to all customers had been restored.
What did the cat do?
Entergy said that a cat got into a substation and caused the outage, which was reported at 8:30 a.m. The feline did not survive.
Oh no!
No.
Oh man, that reminds me of when I was in like grade school. they did like all sorts of like safety stuff, and they showed us like, hey, be safe around electricity. And then they had like a hot dog on a stick that the guy put up on like a portable like transformer kind of like thing. And he was like, here's what happens if you touch the electric wire, and the hot dog exploded. And I was like, boy, that's learn that lesson. So I'm sure that cat exploded like that hot dog.
Luckily, he has 8 lives left.
That's true. He only lost one of them. But that's a really interesting thing when people think about like birds. They land on power lines all the time. Why are they not shocked? And it's because they are not they're fully what is it? Not it's not they're grounded to the wire because they're not touching anything else.
Well, the bird itself is not grounded, so it's not an efficient.
Exactly. So exactly. The electricity is just passing through the cord underneath them because it wouldn't go through them because it would be
doesn't
longer.
create a cycle.
Correct. Yeah. So, but if a bird were to, I think, like touch its wing and touch part of the pole, it could get shocked. You know what I mean?
Well,
like it's kind of one of those things. That,
and also, like, when I was in San Francisco years ago, there was a bird hopping around that was missing its feet. So I think it possibly landed on something that immediately like obliterated its feet. So it does,
I mean, it's possible, especially
I think it does happen if it's like the correct like situation.
Yes, it can, but that's I believe that's like a completely non-looked up science corner. Yeah.
I have a bonus science corner too.
I just want to make sure that birds and power lines. Yeah, that's it. They don't get shocked because they're not good conductors of electricity, and the power would rather go through the wire than through the bird because it just doesn't make sense.
Yep.
So that's just kind of a neat idea. That's just how electricity works.
And now it's time for Matt's Science Corner.
All right, Matt.
I haven't finished the article, but that's okay too.
Science! All right, sorry.
No, TJ has more article. Go article.
Okay, what about... TJ, talk more about this dead cat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tell me about the dead cat.
So the utility company said an hour after the outage, quote, a cat got into a substation that feeds parts of Uptown Central City, Mid-City, and the CBD, and it caused a flash when it came into contact with our equipment. I'm going to skip a little bit here. It says Energy New Orleans spokeswoman Charlotte Cavill says the company installs protective devices to keep animals out of the equipment. But, quote, sometimes, however, they are able to make their way around it and, unfortunately, do not survive when they come into contact with high voltage, she said. All right. That's it.
They got to stop making those towers out of catnip.
Yeah, man.
And carpeting it. It's just real bad.
Catnip, carpeting, iPhone cords.
Mm-hmm.
Just put all those in there. You're gonna have cats coming by. Right. You're going to have an intact Tomcat.
That's how you get cats.
Intact Tomcat will show up.
Intact Tomcat.
Intact Tomcat.
Intact Taco Cat.
Intact Tomcat. Cockmat.
Cockmat. Cockroach.
Cockmat.
Cockroach poisoning.
Intact Tomcat. That's actually one of those things you could say 5 times fast. Intact Tomcat. Intact Tomcat. Intact Tomcat. Oh, it's not that hard, but it is a little hard. That's like a beginner one.
Yeah, it's like
all right, Matt, Science Corner.
So I put a link into the doc. Just go ahead and click on that because you're going to need to see this picture. But the headline is, this toad was born with eyes in the roof of its mouth.
Wait, I can't see a link anywhere. Oh, it's up at the top.
Up at the top. It's a toad that was found in a garden in that was surviving with eyes in its mouth. I'm not
you know what they said
because it's kind of long, but
you know what they said about that toad and why he had eyes in his mouth? Because he wanted to watch what he was eating. All right, the podcast is over.
All right,
ain't getting any better than that.
All right. Man, that timing was great on that.
Talk about watching your calories.
Waka waka waka.
Anyway, so that's the episode image art. So
Could
that's on the
No, that's a good episode image. This is
no, we're gonna use the intact Tomcat. Also, it's on our Discord now, so.
That's God. I just can't stop looking at this picture.
It's not as gross as I thought it was going to be, but it's still unnerving.
Yeah, and it was living like this.
Yeah.
Like it's an adult frog.
Its bugs that it was eating, slurping up, were going past its eyes into its stomach.
Well, and frogs are weird in general because they use their eyeballs to push food down their throats when they swallow. So, I don't know.
I guess his eyes were bigger than his stomach.
Get out. Just get out.
Alright, well, you can find more excellently crafted humor on twitter.com/John_Danger, or @John_Danger is my name, so.
That frog sure has eyeballs in its mouth.
Also, you can go to bornintheeighties.net.
You can find me at Matt Haig Music everywhere. And listen to my shit on Spotify. Matt Haig Music.
I'm sure when he eats, he's got his eyes on the flies.
Thank you.
I'm at MayofMay84 on Twitter. You can also find me on Twitch. That's May of May everywhere else. Our website is bornintheeighties.net. You can join our Discord there. And we do this about once a month. Reminders that we do have a Patreon. Born in the 80s.
Feel free to throw money into that endless pit.
Yep.
I really need to fill out the tax information on that.
Yeah.
Well, I've already filled the text information on my other thing, so give me money on my Twitch.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's
do that.
Yeah.
Well, why
And
don't
also,
you?
if you subscribe
Why
to
don't
our
you flip
Patreon-
and record? Do stuff?
Yeah,
if you subscribe to our Patreon, you'll get sexy boudoir photos from John.
No. Well, yeah, but they will be of Matt.
Yeah.
But I will have taken
But
them.
also, there's so much Vaseline on the lens of the camera that you can't see anything.
You really can't tell who it is, but you know. I
Bye-bye,
love this
everybody.
song, by the way. I love this part of it.
Let's just sit in it for a minute.
TJ, should I buy Super Mario Party? You know what I hate somewhat about being a homeowner?
Everything?
No, but like, for instance, I've seen people post about this. They're saying, does your neighborhood have large trees along the street? One of the most effective actions you can take to protect Dane County waters is to remove leaves from the street before it rains. Keeping streets leaf-free before a storm not only helps to prevent clogged storm drains, it also helps our water clean. When it rains, stormwater flows through the leaf piles and streets, creating a leaf tea that's rich in dissolved phosphorus. This leaf tea travels through the storm sewers, making its way to our lakes, rivers, and streams. This can cause toxic algae blooms, low oxygen levels, and green murky waters, none of which are good for animals living in the water or those who can use it for recreation. The good news is the efforts to keep leaves out of the street can make a difference. In the fall, timely removal of street leaf litter can reduce the amount of phosphorus by 80%. Hey, it's your fucking street. You fucking clean it. I'm not cleaning the goddamn street. I'll clean the leaves out of my yard, but I'm not going to clean them out of the fucking street. I pay taxes. You should do this.
Here.
I pay them $40 a month for water and sewer and like street fees. Like, fucking clean it up. Like, you don't expect people to clean up that shit when you expect me to do all this other dumb shit that you require of me as a homeowner in this area. Like, it just bothers me when people are like that. And also, it also bothers me because like the phosphorus issues that happen are more not us, but all of the farms that are north of Madison and all of the runoff. The leaves in people's yards is a very small amount of the problem. I mean, it's maybe 10% of the problem. So it's just, I don't know. People always like to be like that. It always bothers me. It's like, seriously? But apparently I was reading this. Someone in my neighborhood says that they send the street sweeper around twice during the fall. So they do pick up some of the leaves, but...
Oh, I don't have an online mic. Uh-oh. Or mute. An online mute.
Yeah, nothing else. that's just like a little rant. I don't really have anything interesting that happened on Next Door. I'm surprised that there wasn't a congrats Kavanaugh rant going on.
Yeah. What a weird.
Twitch.
Why did
/Matt Hag. Wait, there's not 2 A's in Matt.
I can't believe that like why did that all happen?
At the end of the day,
What was the point of all of that? When he
we've confirmed a perjurer, but
Yeah.
Yeah, but like why did we go through all of that trouble of dragging it out even further if it didn't change
Because
anyone's
the people
mind?
that were gonna vote yes anyway thought that if they do this, if they drag it out, then people will like not be upset for them voting yes. So they can hide behind, well, we investigated it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess all we have to see now is whether these people pay like a political price for it, but it's already like $3 million raised for Collins's 2020 challenge.
Yeah, I saw that.
Hasn't been named yet.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's like I don't know. Like I'm mad at myself because when he was nominated, I just stopped reading any news about it because I was like, he's gonna get nominated anyway. And then all this stuff started happening. I was like, oh, maybe I guess I'll figure it out and tune in. And then I was like, all right, well,
Yeah.
it happened anyway. So, you know, was it? I saw the Onion, or it wasn't Onion. It was a FARC headline. Let me look on FARC.
Oh man, I haven't looked on FARC in a long time.
What is it? United States Senate tells women to just lie back and think of America. Man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like, yeah.
who else loves me that I could put something here?
I mean, I don't know.
If it's any consolation, he's not the worst person to ever be on the Supreme Court.
Well, here's the problem that I have with people like, I mean, not that I have with people freaking out. I mean, you deserve to freak it out. They stole one of Obama's nominations.
Yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm.
but and I guess I mean, people don't necessarily agree with me. And Neil Gorsuch is a lot more conservative than Kennedy was, but like way less conservative than Scalia was. So this is like the super conservative Scalia replacement.
Yeah.
Like, it's just that it's moved slightly more right. And the thing I have is like people are like, oh, he's gonna let Trump give pardons and all this stuff. And it's like, yeah, but you know, he's one of 9. Like, yeah, I'm sure. Like,
Yeah, he's got radical
I'm sure
views
Alito
on presidential power, but other conservative justices might
yeah, like Clarence Thomas will probably follow him, and Alito maybe, but I don't know if Gorsuch will. You know, so it's like, you know. Like, it's bad, obviously. It's horrible because he's obviously unfit as a candidate, but
I think
it doesn't really, nobody cares about that in the Republican Party anymore. But
I'm just like, I don't know.
especially
I get
the worst part
reasoning for
yeah,
the Supreme Court being like a lifetime appointment so that they don't have to campaign, but also that seems dumb.
it certainly felt like a campaign,
Yeah.
especially when you try and ram someone in who has obvious problems. Like, but I don't know. It's just
maybe
annoying
he'll get
because
cirrhosis or something.
yeah, it's just kind of annoying because it was like they had other vetted candidates that weren't quite as conservative as he was that were approved by the GOP, and they just decided to go with him anyway because they could.
Yeah.
You know, we could have gotten someone with less problems. Like, yeah, because
Well-
God, I just want to rant about this before we start because it bothers me so much because it's like they're just like, oh, they're just because we're trying to get a justice in, they're doing all this to the 4th degree. And it's like, didn't happen with the last guy because the last guy didn't do any of that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There wasn't anything to fucking investigate because no allegations came
yeah,
out.
there was all the arguments against Gorsuch were about his ruling history, like about his judge stuff.
Well, yeah, his judge stuff and the fact that he was a seat that should have been given to the previous president but wasn't.
Yeah.
So,
Hey, John, how do we sound?
Yeah, let me check that. Let me go on the YouTube.
The YouTube.
The thing that's bugging me is about the Defenders. Everyone keeps pulling the innocent until proven guilty, but I'm like, this
It's
isn't
not a trial. Yeah.
It is an ethics investigation in a job interview, essentially.
Well, yeah, and there's just a lot of like fear of false accusations and stuff, and it's just not a thing.
I'm just listening right now.
Why would anyone put themselves out there to get death threats, hate mail, have to hide
that's the logical leap. It's like
to location. Oh, you're just doing it to get famous.
All right,
oh, yeah,
you guys
I
gotta
love
be
getting
quiet
death
so I
threats.
can listen.
No, we're ranting.
I know, but
busy.
I can't hear because your voice sounds different on the YouTube mix than it does on this. So
Yeah, it does.
I think we're good. Matt, why don't you listen to it quick too, just to get a second set of ears on it? But I think it sounds good. I guess I got my dog spayed. I can talk about that.
Bob Barker would be proud.
Yeah, what is spaying? I want we can talk about that in the podcast.
Okay.
I know it's a part of genitalia removal, but like, how do you get female animals to not be in heat? Is essentially what I'm wondering. I'll just
I think we sound
WebMD
good.
it.
Okay.
I'll look up spaying myself.
No, I can talk about it.
Okay. Are there any real good memes this week? Because I was mostly watching old memes.
Let me think if I heard anything.
I rewatched the 21st Night of September videos.
Yeah.
Which were great. I rewatched Bustin' again, because that's good too. And then I posted something in our Discord, which was running in the 90s, going from 0% speed all the way up to 400% speed. Usually those things I usually just catch a bunch of spots, but that I listened to the whole thing.
Bustin' makes me feel good.
Except it doesn't do that
Beep
part.
boop beep boop beep boop beep boop boop beep boop beep boop. Beep boop beep boop beep boop beep boop beep boop beep.
Is it true that Toys R Us is coming back?
They're
I've been hearing
the
about
last I
that,
heard
but
they're trying to. They
That doesn't
canceled
mean
their bankruptcy.
that still doesn't mean anything. That just makes it so they don't have to pay people, but even if they did their bankruptcy, they didn't have to pay people. That's how Donald Trump does business. Oh, snap. That's how a lot of big
Yeah,
businesses do
shit, I
business.
still have to read that big, like, article about how he committed a ton of fraud. Was that in the New York Post or the New Yorker? Something with New York in the name.
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I hope it's not the Post, because the Post is
I
a...
don't remember.
The Post with the most.
21st night of September.
Ugh, I'm buying so much pet stuff.
Someone's playing Jackbox Party Pack 4 right now.
Judy's just working through her toys.
Got someone on Dragon Quest 11.
You gotta get some more durable toys.
You gonna talk about more Drockway?
I could talk more about Drockway. I mean, I didn't really talk about a lot of it, so. Let's see what today's deals are on Chewy.com. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm just looking at.
Do 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 do.
Problem is, when I actually hear the real song, why are you rating Pink Sparkles?
Because I just learned how to do it.
Leave.
Wait, were we doing a Pink Sparkles raid?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Hey, Pink Sparkles, rape.
I don't even know she's live.
Hey.
Usually what happens when you do that, though, is you actually take our screen to their screen, and our screen is gone. I don't know if you can continue streaming while doing that, but whatever.
I don't know.
What have you done?
I was thinking this week, we still haven't done any sort of positivity rating.
That's true.
That would be cool.
How do I go back? I don't know.
Ooh, I can talk about something I'm going to attempt to do this week.
What's that?
Murder?
Yes. I'm going to murder 3 iPhone 6S's
What does that mean?
and replace their batteries.
Ooh.
Oh, you're gonna like.
I'm gonna do it on my own. Yeah.
Wow,
I'm
that
getting
seems-
You're gonna. The
Not
Apple
good.
police are gonna come for you.
I'm getting a fix kit in order to just replace the battery.
Ah.
They'll be coming in on Friday. I should do it on stream.
I sneezed. I'm sorry.
Apparently, the Fallout 76 NDAs lift on Monday, and I'm very excited.
To hear what people have to say about that fucking single player bullshit game.
Yeah.
I heard some people who were afraid, that love single player games, were afraid of what this is gonna be. Really loved it so far.
Yeah, they had that big event in West
I mean,
Virginia.
I'm being like, you know.
Everything that's come out of it.
Cautiously
so far.
optimistic. you
I'm
know.
not being cautiously optimistic. I'm just being a
See,
jerk to be fun.
Matt, you fucked it up because now your channel's on Pink Sparkles and I can't get back to you.
I don't know how to fix that.
How do you unraid?
No clue.
Unraid.
Wait, I have
on
an idea.
Twitch. Just do raid again. Twitch, how to use raids?
Oh, you cannot raid your own channel.
No, I don't think so. You can get our faces back up. I think that'd be cool.
I guess if you're into faces.
No. Faces disgust me.
And welcome to our
Hey.
special guest, John Rowe. Welcome to the
What
podcast
is up?
already in progress.
What is going on? My name is John. I got these foods I'm gonna eat.
Oh, that's cool.
You gonna muck some bang?
Yeah, this is a mukbang. It's a Hello Panda chocolate cream filled cookies.
I'm
Oh, it
already
is showing us.
pre.
Yeah, he put it up.
Oh, we're going. All right, let's do this.
Yeah.
You did the intro?